Loves radio, and you're getting drunk with Mike and Pete on the Wort.
And we're back. This is The Wort with Mike and Pete. GovsRadio.com, streaming live on our YouTube page now.
Another special guest?
Another special guest in the studio just walked in, Anthony Graziadei from Limo Talk.
Hi, pals.
Hey, buddy.
The greatest beer show ever. The Wort with Pete and the Penis.
All right, enough.
Larry, that's what I call Larry. I call it the Pete and the Penis.
Nice.
All right.
It's not funny, and
why? What's my buddy?
I don't like it.
What's my buddy from Fire Island? He calls it Pete and the micro penis. If you
Oh, he
listen
did.
back.
He said micro penis.
Yes.
Oh, that's
Sure,
even,
Mike
that's
finds
even
that
less
hilarious.
funny. Now that's hysterical.
I kind of like it. In fact, I know your wife's sitting at home going, "Oh, please hang up now." Get
No,
him
that's
outta
what she
here."
calls me. She calls me the penis. So for her, it's like, oh yeah, no, he's right. And actually, you know what's funny? And she always says, you know, when Anthony gets on, all I do is laugh. There's something about Anthony that makes me laugh, and it got me thinking. I'm going to be honest with you. There really is something to you. There is something to you. I don't think a lot of people say it. If they do, they're probably lying. But I'm saying it from a very truthful point. There's something to you and your personality that when you get on air, it brings smiles to people's faces.
Well, I appreciate that.
I do.
I'm trying. Listen, Larry, if you want, my show's on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. It's called
Shameless plug.
It's called Limo Talk with Graz. GothamGoGraz.com for all past shows. Mike produced me from the start. Pete was introduced in November. You guys are more than welcome to come on my show. And then the other Thursdays is Planet Comedy with Hector Luis, who's our pal, who's a comedian on there. Now, are you going to serve me a beer? Because I came here specifically.
No,
I
don't
want
say that. Sharon's over here. She has the beer. I'm not serving right now. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he comes in hot and heavy.
I've only got 15 minutes. I got to have a beer. And
I gotta
pick
drink and
somebody
go.
I got to pick somebody at my car, one of my customers, so I'm going to have like beer breath.
Listen, I don't have a full. We don't have full
that's gonna make
beers
me
here like
very
that. We're going to do
secure
it nice
about getting in the
tasting.
car.
No, I'm going to take a couple of shots. I want to taste it, wet my whistle.
All right.
How's
So,
that?
Wiz the Wort with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Like I said, we have our YouTube stream up. Again, check us out. Give us a call, 516-465-3990. Talk to Anthony Graziadei. Talk to Larry and Sharon from Spider Bite. And we're about to pour our first beers here. And what do we have on tap?
So this beer is it's called Spider Vice. It's our newest release. It's an IPA. It has.
Is that you?
Yes.
That is.
And is
Can you
that
hold it up to
your
my partner.
your
and
partner?
Tony.
Wait a minute. You're on the can?
Yes.
You got to get me on one of the cans.
It's hilarious.
You got to get me on one of the
Oh,
cans.
your
yeah.
fingers
I
on
We
the
got to come up
fingers.
with.
That's great.
Way to go, buddy.
Right now, well, I'm
Talk about
sorry.
screeching halt.
Take
and
it
taking the air
outside.
out.
God!
Look at you.
Sorry.
Anyway, so Anthony, we'd have to come up with a concept for you to get you on a can of anything.
Well, you said we bring a little laughter, so maybe I shouldn't become a regular. Come over to Spider Bite, maybe. You know, hang out.
Well, let's see. Someone's
ringing.
calling in. This is the Wort with Mike and Pete. Who do we got?
Hey, how you guys doing? It's Matt Aravallo.
Hey, Matty. What do you say, pal?
Hey, what are you guys doing? How are you guys? I was listening in.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for listening in. How are you doing? All right?
Always. I'm doing great.
Are you
Doing
drinking
amazing.
tonight? Or you're not 21 yet, are you?
Oh, Matt's not allowed
I'm
to
not
drink.
21 yet. I'm
It's a
not
shame.
21 yet. So I don't necessarily
Never
drink.
stopped me.
Okay.
If I'm being honest with you guys, why? Because that's the whole. You guys have the whole beer thing going on. That was
That's correct. That's our show.
Yeah.
exactly.
So
and I have no input. I have no input because I literally I've never drank.
You've never drank, Matt? You've
If you
never
start
had
a show
beer?
about if you start a show about something like that I do, you know, like I don't know. If you guys start like a hormonal show, I could be on that.
What
in
a
seconds.
hormonal show.
Spider Bite doesn't
But-
have hormones in their beer, Matthew.
Matt,
Yeah, exactly. Like
That we know
I don't
of.
understand. I don't understand hops. I understand
No
like,
GMOs.
hormones. Yeah, exactly.
yeah. Matt,
You guys get it.
are you? Have you performed anywhere recently? Matt Aravallo, comic extraordinaire, the youth of comedy today on Long Island. Give us a little background on what you've been doing.
You know, I've just been performing a lot at Governor's. Like usual, I had my first self-produced show there.
Ooh.
That was pretty cool. And then I got a couple shows at Broadway Comedy Club coming up.
Okay.
So that should be exciting also.
Why don't you
That's
plug
what I
doing
got
the
that?
laugh off? Aren't you doing the laugh off, Matthew?
Oh, yeah. And I'm also in the lab ball.
Dumbass.
Sorry.
You
I
dumbass.
don't know how I forgot that because that's
Dumb.
awesome.
Anthony set you up and you swung right through
Yeah,
it.
swing and a miss, dum-dum. You want me to do... Listen, tell your father I'll start taking control of your finances.
He's going to produce
All right?
everything now.
I'll
He's going
start
to take over
producing
the word.
I'm going to produce the Wort. I'm going to come to Spider Bite.
Long
We're
Island.
going to make cans of beer with my picture on it and Speedo. Then we're going to...
Oh, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Pete and I are going to take a picture in a Speedo on one of the Spider Bite double cans.
Jesus.
The
Sold.
64 ounce. I'm telling you, it's a seller, Larry. I'm telling you, Larry, it's a seller. Me and Pete on the can in a Speedo. It's a winner.
Oh, my God. Matt, what do you think about
What?
that?
2 grown men in a Speedo? I mean,
Right, yeah,
what more
what's-
could you ask for?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's a seller.
I figured that's where he was going to go with it.
Listen, that's a win in my book.
Okay, Matt, great job.
Dynamite drop it.
All right.
Yes.
Matt,
wanted to call in and-
when's the next competition? Shut up, Matt. Let me guide you. Oh my God. When's the competition? I'm stuttering now. You made me stutter.
The next round 2 that I will be performing in could be July 29th or August 1st, I believe, or July 26th.
How many-
It's not official
so
yet.
it's
which
anywhere
date.
between
So
today
sometime in the next
and
6 weeks.
September.
Got it.
Anytime between there.
No, it's anytime between July 26th and August 1st.
Okay. And where is it being held? Broadway?
Levittown, Governor's Levittown.
Oh, okay.
So why don't you
26?
let
Yeah,
us
that's it.
know? Why don't you let us know in advance when you
Right.
know the dates? Let
Graz
Mike,
know.
let me know. I'll let Mike and Pete know.
Right.
I'll let Hector Louise know. I'll even let the idiots in the morning know. All right.
Definitely. I would love to see you guys there.
All right, Matty, appreciate it. Go to your dad. He's waiting in the car.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right, buddy. Later.
Matt, order a pina colada at McDonald's. You dumbass. I love you.
They don't even- what are you talking about?
I
You
love
have a
you.
shake?
Dude,
They have pina colada shakes?
Well, you weren't at the show. The
Oh,
last show.
here we
He
go.
says, "Oh, I drink
Mikey
pina
wasn't at the show
I drink
again.
pina coladas." I'm not talking now. I want
Okay.
to listen to. I want to listen to Larry.
Yeah, can we
Yeah,
talk
no,
about
no,
this
we're,
beer?
Go
we're
ahead,
here.
Larry.
We had to just take that pause. Matt said he was going to call in, by the way, Pete. I meant to
all right.
mention that, and Graz kind of set it all up, and might hear from somebody else a little later. So we're drinking Spider Vice, and give me the background on this thing, because it is your picture and your partner in the Miami Vice layout here.
So it's our newest release. It's an IPA, 6% ABV. It's lighter for the summer, and it's got a lot of wheat to lighten the body. And,
Yes, and light in color as well.
right. And the German beers, wheat beers are Weiss, but it's WEISS.
Right.
So this is purely American. So we did Weiss, VIC.
Ah, I see where you're
As
going
in
with that.
Miami.
Right, just like I say Wort, and everyone says Wort, but it's really Wort and blah, 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 blah.
This is a nice.
Do you
color,
actually
man.
own a white suit jacket?
No, it's only my face.
That's a shame.
We did have a Miami Vice party for when we
release,
released
yeah.
it.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we showed
Nice.
reruns,
Yeah,
80s
it's fun.
music.
Ah, it's
That's
brilliant.
fun.
Pink
What a
and
great
blue lighting.
concept. And so this is relatively new to the lineup.
Yeah.
You haven't
in
brewed this
cans.
before.
Well, we've brewed it before.
Oh, okay.
A small batch.
But
Okay.
It's pretty good.
first time canning it. It's 100% Amarillo hops.
Ah, a little different.
Ooh, I like it.
Yeah, because most people
Got a
would
little bit of
throw
bite on
Yeah, it's
the
got a
hops in the
bite.
back
and
end.
the
Yeah.
spider bite.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Graz likes. We've been getting both of these guys over here into IPAs.
Oh, good.
Pete, little
I'm
by
generally
little.
not an IPA fan.
No.
And I know nothing about it. The first,
see?
I got very close with the guy from Fire. What's
Dan
Dan.
Moss,
all
I
right, I'm
forgot
so
it.
well. He calls me Gratz. He doesn't call me
does-
Graz.
he
He
does
calls
call
me
you
Gratz.
Graz.
The
He's
guy
very
knows
formal.
me. He calls me Gratz. So my name is Graz. So I don't want to ever change it now. So now we're gonna have a Gratz beer. It's a chocolate stout. You guys should make a Gratz beer.
Oh my God.
It's shameless plug after shameless plug. The Gratz beer, which we said it was a double chocolate stout. we
Yeah,
were
double
thinking about?
chocolate stout.
All the chocolate.
I think that. Why, Pete? That would
He
be
likes
good. Don't you
chocolate.
think? I like. You
We
guys
have a chocolate beer right
No, do you?
now. Yeah.
I do.
It's an award-winning chocolate beer.
It is.
Are you familiar with the Library Cafe in Farmingdale? Have you ever heard of it?
Yep.
Okay. I do the wine tours out of there. But they slowly want to shift it now. They want to get away from the wine tours because all the towns are starting to put
Yeah.
all the towns are basically either putting,
Thanks, Vineyard
putting a
48.
stop
Yeah.
on you guys.
Thanks
or
for the horrific
putting
car
a stop
crash.
on the wineries. So I could see the shift, what's happening. So I want to start doing breweries. So Mike, this is how it all started. We were talking during my show one day. I go, Mike, you got to start a beer show. And when you start the beer show, let's do beer runs. So I think we're going to go to, what's the, Dan. And how far are you from Dan and Fire
We're in
Island?
15 minutes.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah,
so we'll come to you guys.
And it's a travel out east. We talked about heading towards the East End,
Go
maybe
right down
then
Sunrise.
right.
It's
Yeah.
literally 15 minutes from there.
Yeah, so he's getting all these great breweries on now, and now I'm getting into it. I swear, it's my favorite show. I tell my wife, she goes, what are you doing? I go, I'm going to go see the Wort with Pete and Penis. I'm going to see it in a little while.
I still don't like this.
He said,
You're
come
not
on.
gonna
All
sell me
right,
on
the
it.
Wort with Mike and Pete. I'll stop saying it for 5 minutes.
It actually started, the Pete and the Penis part, it started with you wore the Black Bull hat.
Yes.
It kind of all stemmed from that. He wore a
I
hat
wore a
that made
black
him-
hat, Larry. They called me a black testicle. So,
Yes.
So then it's.
So then it had to be a comeback with that and ended up being.
Larry's like, why am I here? Can I leave?
Yeah.
He's like, who is this idiot?
You won't stay long because you have to be at work in, an hour. So
Yeah.
cheers, buddy.
Yeah, cheers.
We didn't really do a cheers here.
Cheers.
Hey,
Mazel tov. Good stuff, man.
thank you very much, Larry, for supplying some tasty beverages tonight. Nice and cold and delicious. Not having any?
Oh, I'm gonna have it.
Oh, I don't think
She's got the can. She's just going to drink directly
We
from
need
the
another
can.
glass.
I
another
didn't
glass?
bring no, I didn't.
No,
I didn't.
we're good.
I didn't
We're
count on
sharing.
grass.
It's
Okay.
all good.
Well, I didn't bring a gift either, so it forces me to come to the
Oh.
next show. So
Well,
I have something for you and your lovely wife.
Oh.
So and your co-host and his wife.
Ooh.
Ruh-roh.
So
Is it Chinese finger cups?
no, it's not. It's not finger cuffs. It's not
'Cause
anything
we don't-
dirty.
Oh, okay.
See, you always think it dirty. You guys always have bad
No,
mind. It's not.
no,
It's something
no.
nice.
You got me to that point where I have to now think to that point so we can backtrack from there, not head towards it.
Yes. All right. Well, it's not dirty. It's actually something nice.
This is delicious, by the way. I think that wasn't a
let's-
segue. This
please
really
segue
is.
to the beer.
No, it.
Easy to drink.
Oh yeah. And what's it come in as?
6.
6. Oh, so it's not gonna kill me. I can have
If
plenty
it's
of
hot
these.
out, man. I'm having that a couple of times.
Yeah.
This is great.
Have you gotten great feedback
Yeah.
from this? Yeah, because this is.
I like the can art. a
I mean,
lot.
obviously, it's going to be something people are going to see in the store. Are you getting out to
Yeah.
stores and distributing
Yeah,
to?
it should be in all the local beer stores.
Nice.
We'll be getting it. It just
That's
came
something
out
people like
about a
look
week
and go,
ago.
wait, what I just
It's
see?
only been out like a week. Not even.
Oh, really? Nice. Okay, great. So yeah, that's going to catch an eye or two. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Just simply.
Pretty funny.
How many people have said that's not you?
No, they all
They all
they
know.
all
Kinda
think
do a
it's my
double
hair.
take
They're like,
and
they're
"What'd you
like,
do to your hair?" I'm like,
"What?
"It's not my
What?"
hair."
It's just my face. Oh Christ!
Do you have to?
He doesn't drink.
No, I'm
He's driving.
I came here. No, I came here because.
You had to get him.
Yeah, I got to get them out of here. They're doing
Oh.
dirty. They're doing bad things to this thing.
Okay.
The morning show has a history of showing me pictures of
he's so
microphones in
cute.
different areas. It's Scrubs. This is our mascot for Govs Radio. He doesn't really
it's
speak
your-
too much right now.
No.
That's
Yeah,
great.
it's got
We
it.
don't. He doesn't have to.
I'm not. No, I'm just picking up. I'm leaving, so I wanted to make sure I got my.
Get
my
get
puppet.
all your things in, so we can get back to the brewing part of
Can't
this.
leave without my puppet.
Yeah, I can't leave without my puppet. So
Does the puppet drink?
the puppet definitely drinks.
Okay, now what's the puppet's favorite style of beer?
He likes an Indian Pale Ale, about 6% over in Holbrook. Spider Bite.
It's
And
called
it's called
Spider Vice.
Oh, but she's got a Spider Bite, and so
No. The beer is called Vice.
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 How many do you make? May I ask?
A lot. And we keep 8 on tap. They change.
They change.
Quite
What's your
frequently.
strongest IPA? What's your strongest?
10%.
Alcohol?
Yeah,
Oh no.
on tap.
14.6 will be out soon.
What? Why?
Wait. We got to talk about
Yeah,
that.
that needs to be a conversation.
You want to kick me out of here?
Whoa.
I segued now. Come on. Now.
Whoa.
That was
whoa.
good.
Thanks. See, look, it's Radio 101. I'm actually pretty decent, right?
I was just about to start
shirt?
like
Can I
some
get a-
sort of thread here, and
I
that's going to put my phone down for a minute. So talk to me about this 14%.
Wait, he is known for. He likes
I
to
know
make
about
high alcohol.
Boris. Boris is your
So it's a special version of Boris.
okay.
It I don't know how to pronounce it. It's in Russian. It's like Velikan. Boris the Velikan, which means the giant, and it's
Makes sense.
14.6%.
No
Now,
way.
What helped you step up from 10 to 14? Is it the yeast? The
No,
type of yeast
the
you're using?
malt, just a lot more.
malt.
malt.
More malt.
When is
converts
that
more
going to be
sugar.
available?
Okay.
So we originally did it Tap and Barrel in Smithtown.
I know where
They
it
had
is.
their 7th anniversary party, so he wanted something special. So he came and we brewed that.
We got
and
something special for you, all right?
He had it on tap for the anniversary, and then we saved a little. 'Cause it's still pretty young. It's probably only 3 weeks since I
Oh.
brewed it.
So it was
So,
So-
when was this Tap and Barrel event?
It was
the
like-
last weekend maybe.
Oh, so it was
week or so
relatively-
ago.
Who
Yeah,
cares about
yeah.
the past one? When's the next one?
Well, so I'm just letting it. I just want to put a month or so under it.
Yeah,
let it,
yeah. Have you thought about maybe aging it in barrels or
Not
splitting
this
it?
one.
See how this
Because
one
we
goes
don't
and-
get a lot. When we go that high in alcohol, we get very little beer out.
Is there any way to get it intravenously? Seriously, like,
Without
just
you
lay
having to
down
open
and
your
just
mouth?
put it into my veins.
Are you that lazy? You don't want to even
No,
open the mouth?
I want. That's the
Drop
one
an
thing I
IV line
like.
and
What's
see
the
you
one
next
I
Thursday.
like that you I had drank that time? It was a 9%.
So many I drank.
The it was
Voodoo
at,
Ranger?
No, it was at the Black Horse. It was very high, 9% alcohol.
There's a lot
well,
of
anyway,
that. Wait,
I like that.
Was it a dark beer?
No, it was a light 9. It was like a light 9%,
Probably
and
an
I
IPA,
like that.
something along that.
But then I also like a chocolatey, 11.5.
You
Like
really
Our
don't.
chocolate beer is low alcohol. It's our
Right,
summer
usually.
porter. So we do it low, like 4.5.
Summer
Nine,
por-
something
porter
like that.
for a
But
summer
with
beer,
a
it's different.
lot of cocoa nibs, so it's chocolatey.
Cocoa nips?
Not nips, nibs.
Oh, I thought he said nips.
No, nip. No
Not-
nips.
nip,
they're
never
not.
mind.
They're not cutting
that-
off the top of the Hershey Kisses.
No, I thought the nips
Taking the
meaning
nips
the
off.
girl nips. Never mind. I
No,
was
you
being
thought-
dirty. All
Yeah,
right?
see, and that's what I said before.
That's why
you
I'm
go
leaving.
out there. I go out there and try to. Pull
Larry's
it back.
horrified.
As he should.
No, we had someone that kept yelling that at the brewery.
Oh, really? Did
It's
you-
like, it sounds like a stripper.
Cocoa
Cocoa
nips?
nips. Cocoa nips. That's all I kept
That
yelling.
could work.
So we'll have a Gratz beer and cocoa nips.
Ooh,
How's
why don't we
that?
just call it Cocoa Nips? Put you in a. Wait, I got it now. All right, it's coming together. Get you in that
Speedo.
Speedo, right? And we'll just put chocolate on your nipples, and we'll call it
Cocoa
Nips.
Nips.
Yeah, Graz's Cocoa Nips.
I'm in.
There you
I'm
go.
in. Hey,
I'm
listen,
horrified.
Hey.
why are you horrified?
Because it's an image we probably can't get out of
But
our
it's
heads
going to be.
now.
First of all, can we get some air in here? for
Air's
these
on.
three-
It's been on since
This
we walked
is
in.
terrible. I have to
You
call the
sweat
board.
every 2 seconds.
I am. Believe it or not, I'm like the official general manager of this place, and I'm like trying to fix everything up, and nothing's work. I fix it, and nothing works.
You talk about fix. What are you fixing? The air conditioner?
Well, yeah, I told them to get him in
It's
here.
fine. I don't think it's any problem. I'm wearing a T-shirt and shorts. I feel great. And I'm drinking and I'm talking.
And I'm warm, and I just
I
had
know.
some of
Well,
the
you
spider
stop
bite vice.
cuddling your puppet and we'll be fine.
It's
We
Pete.
do have a 9% IPA here, too.
Ooh, buddy.
If you want before you leave.
So we're gonna have to
Fucking Larry, man, you're the man, Larry. Mike's like, Larry,
You had
want
to
get
do
rid
that.
of
You
you
were
had
trying
to
to
you had to
keep
keep
him out.
him.
You kept him
See,
here with the
kept me
9%.
lured me back in. Larry, I'm starting to like you. You and I are going to be good friends. Tell me when I can come down. I want to drink that 19.6.
Crowler.
What? So
There we go.
14.5 is the most that you've. Is
14.6. Yeah, I've done a bunch of 13s. We
Jesus,
had
the Crowler
a 12
comes
and a
out.
half IPA.
And you guys have a crowler machine, I
Yeah,
assume.
apparently.
Yeah, apparently.
I love growlers.
Yeah, they
It's
really
a
are.
Holbrook, right? When are you guys open?
Thank you.
See, now here's my dilemma. Mondays and Tuesdays I'm off, and if the work's not on, I don't get to be able to drink any of this good stuff. Unless I go to Fine Fair in Copeg.
There you go.
But I got lost the last time, so. But you guys, why is everybody only open on Thursday, Fridays, and Saturdays? Like Barry,
We're
and
Wednesday
We're
through
open
Sunday.
You're Wednesday through Sunday.
We're open Sunday.
Wednesday's a tough day too. You won't find too many open on
We
Wednesday.
start
It's
late,
summer
too.
hours.
We open 6
Okay.
on Wednesday, 6 to 9.
And what is your usually closing time? Because that's why I find like I'm driving home. It's 10 o'clock. I'm like I already lost all the breweries.
We
I'm
say
We're there a
9,
lot.
but a lot of times it's
a little
10
later.
to
You're not kicking
30.
people out in a
No.
sense. Yeah. Till the last, drop is poured in a sense.
What do you find the best day is for you guys? Saturday afternoon,
Probably
Saturday night?
Saturday,
Yeah.
Ed, I was gonna say Sunday in the summers because Sunday is like the day.
Sunday
Sunday's
gets
actually
busy.
been pretty
day.
good.
What
Friday
time do you
night,
guys open
too.
on Sundays?
12.
Oh, that's perfect.
We should get together.
No, listen, we know.
We want to
got-
take the bus. No, what I like to do for see these guys make fun of me.
No, we don't
But
make fun of you.
We've done it. I would like
just
him.
have the
I would
same
like I would like
conversations.
Pete and his wife, Mike and his wife, me and my wife. We got some other guys from NY Sports Mafia, 2 guys. They have girlfriends, and then Planet Comedy is Hector Louise and his wife.
Lovely people.
They're
Everyone's
lovely people, and then Ins 41 is my comedian on my show, and then who else? So anyway, all right. So we're talking
Keep
about
going.
50
Plug.
Go to
40, 50
gubsradio.com for all the host
Yeah,
bios.
go to Guz Radio for all the host bios. So we have about 15 people, and I have a 21 passenger bus. I have a limo company.
It's called a bang bus.
It's called a bang bus.
Yeah.
All right.
It is a bang bus.
So yeah, that's being dirty. So you know what I mean. Anyway, so we want to take that bus, and I want to go to like a big event with him on one of his shows because
Right.
this is my favorite show.
Are you
It's better
guys-
than my show.
Are you guys pouring at Heckscher?
Yes.
Yes.
When?
When is that?
August.
Don't tell me. 22nd and 26th, I'm in Florida.
I guarantee it's probably exactly
Me too.
then.
Yeah, where you going?
Oh, then it's not exactly
Going to
then.
Boca.
Are you going to be? I'm going to be in Naples. You want to meet? We'll meet.
Naples
Is there
is
any
nice,
good
right?
breweries out there?
Yeah, the
Hope
cigars.
so.
Well,
We're gonna try to find some.
we'll
I've
find
been
them.
told. I haven't been there yet.
I'll get
I'll
your
keep
number.
you
For,
posted.
Larry, I'll text you. I'll get your number. You guys will hang out there. I'll bring you out for a drink.
See,
The
and
pub-
I'll give him that. I mean, you're going to go out with him, and there's always going to be a good time.
Yeah, it's top notch.
Graz doesn't mess around, and he can get what everyone wants.
Yeah, we got hooks, right?
You got hooks everywhere.
We're gonna do good. You guys, I'll tell you. You know, you got to let us know when like the next big event is happening. That's why I keep
I'm looking
asking
it up
him.
now.
I keep asking him to
Hector-
do that. I want to know when all the breweries, like, so Pete can tell me, hey, Graz, I see him. Pete and I see each other at pasta nights, right? And that's the only time we see
School functions.
school functions. And I go, I want to go to one of these big, I want to go to these big events. Like you guys, 14.6.
I've been to a million of them.
Well,
Obviously,
I have
the,
not.
The glasses that you're
Jesus.
drinking are Cascade
hangry.
Festival. I've been to.
Big one
Let's
in
talk about this beer.
September.
No. Well, wait. I just want to finish this up. So I want to do live broadcasting from one of these events.
Okay.
And if we can get everyone together and go out there, we've now had a number of the brewers in, and it'll be a great time to have everyone come in, say hi on the
I
air.
think it would be great.
It'd be-
and it would be nice to get everybody together.
Show at Croxy's was a lot of fun.
It was. It actually was.
You had a good time there.
I had a
huh?
great time there.
Yeah,
It
I
was a
know.
lot of
You
fun.
sounded like it too
was
on
fun.
the radio.
Sure did.
You sounded like that was good radio. I mean, like if you hear the replays, I listen to all the replays just to make sure everything's going good. So I'm always on the road. I'm going to Albany and everything else. They put on a show, Croxley's. I thought it was one of the best shows. It was live.
lot
The
of fun.
kids were running
Thanks,
around.
buddy.
Pete was at one of his. Pete was having a couple of drinks. Like, yeah, here we go.
Oh, yeah. I was
You were loose.
hammered by the end.
Yeah. So this is a how much alcohol content? This one?
9.4.
And what do we call
Yeah,
it?
what are we
Dew.
drinking?
Do.
do? What's the origin of that?
So we
like
had a
instead of DEW
Correct.
on the spider web?
no, it said,
DU.
Oh,
DUA.
okay.
DUE.
I keep drinking this. I'm
Instead
gonna have
of
a
DUE.
DUI.
I like that a lot.
Good
That's
one.
really good.
So that's real popular. We're on like the last keg of it.
Can I have it?
It
Yeah.
was
But
He'll swing by today.
we used to make a beer called Open Wide for when we expanded the tasting room.
Okay.
And so after a while, I did a few batches of it, and we couldn't get the hops anymore.
Which were you using?
Nelson Sauvin and Galaxy. Galaxy, you
Galaxy,
could get,
it's expensive though.
expensive,
nowadays,
and
yeah.
Nelson's even worse. And you usually can't even find it.
Yeah.
So
And where's that grown? It's grown West Coast?
no,
Is
it's
Nelson
Australia.
Nelson is New Zealand,
Oh, New
and
Zealand.
Galaxy is Australia.
Right. Correct. Did the Galaxies, right? So what's the profile now in this one?
So this one is Mosaic, Amarillo, and Citra.
You like Amarillo? That's
Yeah,
one of the ones
I
you.
do.
There's not because there's not a lot of people using that consistently
Right.
throughout all their.
Yeah,
And you're
we don't
using
use
it
in-
now.
We use it in probably.
So you got to tell them the
Four of them.
punchline.
So do double IPA.
Yeah, no. So when
Do
we
the
couldn't
do.
on the can, it says when you can't get the hops to make Open Wide, you make do.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
So instead
That's
of
a good one.
DUE,
Now, here's a very naive question. I'm having a block party in August. Now, if I want, no, wait. I have a very naive question.
following, I'm
if I
following.
wanted to buy a keg of Spider Bite Tap,
Right.
would you do that? Would you do something? Would you do something like that?
If you go to your fine local
be a distributor.
retailer,
They have it on tap.
they can get you the
They can
kegs.
Yeah, they can
We-
get you for you.
We don't stock any of the kegs.
I'm being naive. I'm
Yeah, no,
you know,
No, he really is.
I mean, a
is,
lot of a lot of breweries might keep. We don't really keep any extra in house. They all go to the wholesaler. And
Well,
then-
who are you
but
distributing through right now?
Boning Brothers.
Boeing. So
Oh,
you got to
Yeah.
find.
So if you go to a beer store, you could order a keg,
I
and
got someone who works at
they
Boeing.
get it
Yeah.
2 days.
yeah, I want to
later.
get something different. Now, if I don't get, if Spider Bite doesn't accommodate, we could always get other people to accommodate. You know what I'm saying?
no, he doesn't keep any at the brewery.
I'm trying to get him. I'm negotiating.
He doesn't have
He
any
doesn't hear me. Trust me, he doesn't hear me. He's not in here.
It's
He's
not
in
like
here.
he can just make
His-
magic happen.
Are you
He doesn't-
husband and wife? He's talking to his wife. Shh.
I know.
Pete. All right. So what we'll do is
Sure.
we'll go. Get the best one. We'll have a nice keg. I'll buy two for one. I'm leaving.
It's a great story.
Listen,
care.
the beer's fantastic. Here's
Thanks for coming in, guys.
here's the Wort with Mike and Pete.
Thanks, buddy.
Nice to meet you guys.
Do the do,
too.
buddy.
Do the do.
Go make do with whatever you have to drive to today. So where are you headed?
I'm headed to New York City. I'm going to
Okay.
pick up one of my clients,
Yeah.
bring them out, and then I'm going to do another one.
Okay.
I'll be done for the day. Can I just tell everybody what's going on?
Sure, good.
Planet Comedy this Thursday night, 8 o'clock live with Hector Louise. I think Ins 41 is going to be coming in.
Nice.
NY Sports Mafia with B-Mel and Thomas. I think Thomas is doing a solo show from 6:30 to 8 on Thursday.
Oh, where's B?
I think B-Mel's still in California.
Oh, okay.
All right, and then next Thursday, I think it's the 17th or whatever,
Yeah.
a limo talk with Graz. Expected is Mike Nicoli is supposed to be calling in.
Nice.
Matt Aravallo is supposed to be calling in. Gilbert Gottfried might be calling in. Hector Luizo going to be in, and Ince 41 is going to be in. All right?
All right, nice
Take
job.
care, guys. Pete,
All right,
love
buddy.
you. All right?
Good to see you, Grass.
Nice to
Thanks
meet
for
you
coming.
guys. Take care. Your
too.
beer is fantastic. Let me guzzle. See you.
Go.
See ya.
Chug,
Ladies
chug,
and gentlemen,
chug.
Anthony Graziade from Limo Talk, GovsRadio.com. He's going to be in and out of the studio in just a moment, and then we could talk shit about him. Hey! Love you, buddy. Was it oddly weird that the hairs on his face tickled my hand? Anthony Graziade, ladies and gentlemen. We really love having him come in and totally halting the show to pretty much promote the entire station, but I'm fairly shameful of him coming in and doing that. So I got to talk to you about this
This
double
beer
IPA.
is very good.
Yeah, it is.
Smooth.
Yeah. I mean, he just guzzled it,
Obviously
and he's
doesn't
gonna it's
taste
gonna hit him in the
9%.
car. I guarantee. He's gonna go. Wait a second here. It is delicious. And so, has there been any variations of this? This is the double.
So this
Did you
is
do a
batch
single?
1.
Oh, okay.
Batch 2, hopefully, we'll be brewing next week. And the hops will be, it's Cascade, Comet, and Vic Secret.
Oh, you're gonna completely switch it
Yeah,
up.
so every time we're just going to go different
Switch up
hops.
it.
So
Okay.
that way
okay.
we don't get stuck like we did with Open Wide.
Now I know of Comet and would you say that Mosaic? You doing it?
Cascade and
Cascade.
Vic Secret.
Okay, so no, the Vic. I'm familiar
haven't
with
heard
it
of that
being
one
in some
before.
of the IPAs.
Right.
What is the thing about Vic
It's
that?
almost like a baby Galaxy.
Okay, so it's still got those same profiles as
the
Galaxy.
same
but
fruitiness, not as pungent.
What would you say is the most fruity of the hop flavors? Is
Citra.
Citra.
Yeah.
And it gives you that bright kind of fruity flavor.
Yeah, real grapefruity.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always a good one. People when you
Is
see
that what you find in a lot of those, like the juice bombs that I know are really popular these days?
Yeah, they'll be Citra. All them Mosaic, Citra. They'll throw in the Vic Secret. Everybody just tries to keep throwing different ones in.
And so each batch you're going to kind of come up with a new hop profile.
Yeah.
And you're gonna change the name up, or you just
No,
gonna give or
so
like
it-
variations of do?
It's just
gonna be do.
Batch 1.
Whatever
batch
we
2.
do, we do, huh?
That'll
Same
work.
can.
Yeah.
Same can.
So and you said there was, I forget what the name of the other beer that was before this.
Open Wide.
Open Wide. And so, is there any variations of Open Wide that
There
have come
was.
out?
We actually did Open Wider.
A higher alcohol version.
Oh, that was it. Easy enough.
That was
Imagine
12.5%.
Whoa.
Man.
I
Jesus
told you,
Christ.
he likes to do high alcohol.
I don't. This tastes delicious. And this comes in at the dew?
It's like a little over 9.94.
That's considered high
Yeah.
octane stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
gets
mean,
people crazy.
anything over
it just goes down
8, I'd
fast,
say.
and then
Yeah.
all hell breaks
It
loose.
doesn't drink like it's it doesn't drink like it's 9%.
Right.
that's
Do you
it.
put
That's
any
what happens.
on those, like, the 11, 12, or 14? Do you put any limits on that?
We do
at
now.
3 ACR?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a
Like,
guy.
people
I
like
had one guy that
Yeah.
had 4.
It only takes one.
He had 4 of the Open
He had
Widers,
4.
and yeah,
done. Like
Here's
yeah.
a
done.
Yeah.
Dumb question, maybe.
It's fine. We called his brother.
Oh,
Okay,
nice.
we
Oh, you
kept
knew
him
him?
there. Yes,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
a
Oh,
great
okay.
guy.
All right. That made it a little easier to
In
break the
fact-
news.
Yeah.
Like, you're not
But
getting
then we
any
put
more
a
of this.
limit after
Yes, we
that.
put a
That's
limit.
smart.
It's we
You
did.
should just put like little X's on their hands each time they have one.
Stamp
Like,
'em.
you should really look down at your wrist and see how many you had, because you're gonna slow down there on that.
I'm actually doing Wednesday. I'm brewing a new IPA that's also going to be in the 12 range.
Wow.
Man.
So that's what I want. I want to release that, and then I'll release the special Boris at the
Yeah,
same
yeah.
time.
So the special
like a
Boris,
big night.
let's go back to that, because
night
that's
of drunks.
intriguing. We'll release the one for everyone that wants
Big
to get
night of
hammered.
designated drivers.
That's a heck of a name.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a good name.
So the Boris that 14, correct? You were talking about. Let's talk about that whole process, because that interesting. So Boris was almost like a staple of the brewery.
Yeah.
And so how did that come about? And is it something you developed over time, or you already knew the recipe?
So,
or
well, with Boris, I had an Imperial Stout that I was home brewing, and it's really the only homebrew that carried over to the brewery, like it became a beer.
okay,
And
that was another question before, and I kind
yeah, it
of
was
threw it
really
out
the
of there
only
for something
one.
else. But
And when you homebrew, usually you just like, oh, I'm gonna grab 30 different malts, and, and then when you go to brew it on a commercial scale, you're not going to open all those bags. So you try and see, well, that's really the same as that. That's the same as that.
Correct,
You
yeah,
condense
yeah.
it, and then so that's what I did, and that became Boris.
ah, So what do you go through to? Do you roast first, or are they getting the dark malt to begin with, or how are you getting
we buy everything.
Okay, all
yeah.
right. You're not kind of taking.
No, not myself. No.
Yeah, that would be a little bit of an undertaking for the space that you were talking about.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
All right, good.
But so I've done the original recipe, and we call it Boris Junior, and that's 11.5%. So,
Yeah, junior
Yeah.
at 11. Yeah.
you know, I picture that Midwest, football player towering over his dad. you know,
Junior.
so-
Yeah. Hey, junior, how are you?
yeah,
You had
so we
mentioned
did
that you don't get as much yield out of the higher octane. Stupid question, like why is that? So if you brew something that's
So, you're collecting the sugars from the, from the grains, and you you rinse the grain to collect the sugars. So you have to rinse it less, otherwise, because the more you
okay.
rinse it, the
more
the
water.
lower the
it's-
alcohol content.
Right, it's more water, less sugar. So
Oh,
you
saturated
stop.
in a sense, yeah.
If it's a low alcohol beer, you wash it more, and if it's high, you got to wash it less.
So
and
you're
use
putting in
more
less
grain.
liquid.
Yes.
Yeah, so less liquid, and the
Got it.
grain
And
was
more
like
grain.
to the top of the mash.
Oh,
tun.
okay.
And so you're sending it longer though, then right through the process because the water still has to come up the
No,
filter through
that
and
all is the same. It's just the grain.
You're just putting in less
maxed
water
out
for
our-
more grain.
We couldn't fit any more grain.
Okay, that's so in the vessel in the mash tun.
Right.
It's filled
That
up
was
with
it.
with grain as opposed to liquid.
Right.
Got
Filled
it.
to the top, and then we rinsed it just a little bit, or we would have had like nothing.
how long is it? Yeah. How long is it sitting in there?
It's for the brew.
Yeah.
It sits for an hour.
Oh.
Sits for an
not
hour.
bad.
Boil it.
So you can pretty much finish the entire batch in a morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Part
yeah,
of
yeah.
your daily routine.
I could usually be done. We start early, and I'm usually done a little. In the summer, it takes longer to chill everything. So, but
Oh, it's true.
you
You don't have our Wort
noonish.
chiller?
What?
You don't have our Wort chiller?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Nice.
So,
Sorry, I said Wort. That's our.
Damn it.
I know. It scares everybody as I do it.
but the water's warm.
Nope. There it is. Sorry, again.
Yeah, the water's warm, so the
Yeah.
groundwater. So,
It takes a little longer to
but
kinda
it
bring that
fermented
down.
fast. I thought it was going to take a while, but it. I threw a lot of yeast in, and it just destroyed
Just
it.
threw it at it.
Yeah.
So in the end, how much do you yield out of that process?
So for that beer, we ended up with basically 30 gallons.
Oh,
Like, that
so
was
it's
it.
really
Yeah, that was
limited
nothing.
supply kind of deal.
Yeah.
And now you're not. Are you sending that out with crowlers, so people can take a crowler out of that?
No,
No.
definitely won't
Yeah,
do
I was gonna say,
crowlers.
that's too
I
tasting
wanted
room
to
only.
borrow. So the same crowler machine company, they do cans. You can do one can
Oh,
at a
nice.
time, and one of
Oh,
the
yeah.
other breweries got
Brewers Collective does that.
right. And Steve at Barrage just got an 8-ounce.
Oh.
So we could
I
do
saw
little
those.
8-ounce.
8-ounce
cans.
They're so
Cans?
tiny
Yeah.
and cute.
Really?
They're like, hi, little guy.
So we could do a little
Really?
15%
Yeah.
ABV.
They're like
8-ounce
little
cans.
stubby thumbs, little thumbs of beer.
How tiny? Like
But if you could put your higher alcohol,
I guess so, yeah.
it makes sense.
oh,
yeah,
it's like
and-
like those tiny little Coke cans. That kind of.
It's probably this high.
yeah.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
and a little fatter maybe.
It's as fat as a 12 ounce, but then just shorter.
Shrunk.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
They look kind of cool. Actually, kind of cute.
Interesting.
You could do like a little 4-pack with a 4, clickable thing on there. That's nice. You like walk. Look at me get out of here with my little 10 to 14%er. That's awesome, dude. And so you're getting 14 consistently each time you're doing that?
That was the only time I did it.
Oh,
He just
wow.
wanted something
It was
special.
14.6, right?
14.
That is ridiculous.
I tasted it. It was smooth.
Yeah.
It's good. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was good.
And so you got the chocolate notes, of course.
yeah, all that stuff. It's
Yeah.
less roasty,
Okay.
which that's what so the Boris Junior, I call American style. It's like less roasty, a little sweeter,
Okay.
and then our regular Boris is like the British style, like
Oh, okay.
drier, more roasty.
Yeah.
Um,
That sounds delicious, by the way. And let me go back to something you said before because it caught my ear, and we kind of breezed through it because Whirlwind over here was here. And let me turn his mic off, by the way. Summer porter.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that.
So
Because
we
I
do
like
3
porters. Porters is one of my favorite styles.
I-
So why summer, and what makes it a summer porter?
Well, I do 3 porters throughout the year, and I do a standard porter, and usually a lot of times our porters we flavor because I have the stout,
Right.
So it's like, so we flavor them. But in the winter I do an imperial version, And then, fall, when it's a little cool, we do just standard porter. And then we call it the summer porter. And it's still in that regular porter ABV range for the most part. But
It was like 5 to 7 somewhere in there.
yeah, this is 4-ish.
Oh,
you
okay.
know,
All right. So much lighter drinking,
It's
which
light,
is nice.
light body, and so it's not heavy in the summer. It's dark, but
Right. Well, I don't mind the
but
darkness
light.
as long as it drinks
Yeah.
light, especially in
and then
this season.
we age it for almost a week with cocoa nibs, a couple pounds of
Nice.
cocoa nibs, so it gets
So
that chocolatey.
Are you putting it in a cheese bag,
Yeah.
or are you just letting it sit in there and just pull
Yeah.
all that chocolate taste out of there?
Yep.
Does it ferment anymore with that?
No, and,
just
and I add it cold anyway. So
Oh,
I'll
okay.
crash it, drop the yeast, and then
got it.
the cocoa nibs go in.
And so it comes into like a 4 or 7, 4, 4 somewhere in there.
Yeah, it's either 4.5 or 4.9
okay.
this time. It always fluctuates by a little.
Yeah. Oh, that's still sounds delicious.
Yeah.
It's a different style to do for, everyone's
for
doing
the
light,
summer.
Right.
lighter color, lighter flavor
Right.
beers for the summer. So
Well,
porter
like-
is definitely, it's
And
different.
once that kicks, which will be soon, we have an English mild that's going on. So that's also, a little dark. It's
Yeah.
in the brown family.
I was
but
gonna say,
that's 3.5%.
I was gonna say to Pete, you know what? As much as I enjoy some of the summer bright wits and the Hefeweizens and the sours and all that stuff, I still like my browns, even year long. So when you put out a brown, I'm like, ooh. When I come to the brewery in August and I see a brown, that's the first thing I'm getting. I'm not going for the IPAs yet. I'm not going for the wits yet. I love that style. That's one of my favorites. And you do one, right? You had a
Right.
brown. So tell me about the brown that you guys produce.
So we right now we're doing an Imperial version, which is only 7.5%.
That's still delicious.
Um,
Only 7.5.
what happened was I was never a big brown fan. I am now, but I don't know. I just
You don't have
never
to do
got
it for
into
Mike's.
browns.
I love browns. It's just
and
my thing.
but our graphic artist, that's one of her favorite styles.
Okay.
So I told her, she was really good helping us and getting a lot of, different labels and everything done. And so I told her I was going to make a beer for her, brown ale. And so her name's Melissa Barrett.
Did she produce the current logo that we're looking at?
Um,
she
She
make
does a lot of this.
the
stuff.
original, like this,
Not the original.
was
not this.
someone else did.
Okay.
It. She came along after.
Okay.
But all our labels and everything.
Yeah.
Um,
The stuff on this she was putting together?
She did that.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so actually, we have a guy who wraps vehicles next to us, and when we came
And
out
he
with
did
Spider
that.
Vice, he thought it'd be funny, and he did that, like the picture of us.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And then we had her, make a label out of that.
Ah, that's cool.
Yeah.
You put that together. And what's her name? Give her a quick plug. Does
Melissa Barrett.
And does she work for a company? Does she have a
She does, but
website
I
or
don't
a?
know.
She's just into beer. She's big in
No,
she
she's a
writes
graphic
about
artist,
beer.
so
Yeah, yeah.
Right, but she writes about beer. And
She does.
Is she a blogger?
Drunk and unemployed.
Yes.
Is her
Is
blog.
that really?
everybody knows her.
That's
She's, all
fantastic.
the breweries know her.
Right.
Okay, cool.
But so her nickname's Melba.
Okay.
Melissa Barrett. So we
Melba
did
Toast.
right. So we did Melba's Toasted.
Ah,
So
yeah.
it was for Melba Toast, Melba because she gets drunk, toasted. And it was originally supposed to be, a higher ABV, but we were, just started brewing on the new system, and I didn't want to max anything out, so we went just standard. So we did that for a while, and then we decided to finally go with the Imperial, and so it became Queen Melba, like Imperial.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so that's what we have now. We actually
Needless to
brought
say,
that.
she was
That's
probably
what-
very happy with all the
Oh,
results
yeah.
that came with that.
So that we found out today won a gold medal. at,
Really?
Yeah, at the.
Where'd you enter it into?
The U.S.
Open.
Open Beer
And where was that being
Championships.
held?
It's based out of Ohio.
It's a nationwide competition.
Wow. And anyone can
I
just
I
throw
think
their hat in the
worldwide.
ring?
Yeah, it's huge competition. Over 6,000.
Over 6,000
Beers.
entries for all the categories. But
And so you entered it under the lager?
Imperial
Brown.
Brown. It took gold.
Brown. I gotta. Do you still have that around? Is it still?
Yeah, I have
right
a
there in the
Shut
cooler.
the fuck up. Sorry, you just got me super excited. I love browns. You could have started with "We have a brown with us," and I would have had a boner. I approve. But wait before you do that. I just want to.
Finish that.
No, I don't want to finish it. Leave some for you guys.
The can is really cute, too.
And this was her creation. Did she put this together with the little
Yes.
crowns?
It's like his idea. He gives her an idea. and then
Okay.
She kind of like goes with
What
it.
about the? I see. I like this. Is that part of the new kind of feel? Because that wasn't there initially when you
Yeah.
started. So this is.
Yeah, we started adding it to basically all the cans.
Yeah, it's a good little, kind of
Right. Our pint glasses say "Bite Me."
Yeah. Oh, right. Correct. That's fantastic. So this is the Imperial.
Right.
Oh.
Was it 7.5? I think.
7.5. So this is a brown, and what gets it up to Imperial? Just more malt.
Yeah. So Imperial just means more
right, let me finish
higher
this real
ABV than the standard for the style. Session would be less than the standard.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, it would get you up there and give you that bite. I'm sure you guys get that one. I apologize. Let's do this. Let's take a quick break because I really do need to pee, and we're gonna drink some of that delicious brown. We'll be right back after these messages. This is the Wort.
We have messages?
Well, I'm probably going to play something that sounds like a message. No, we don't have messages.
All right, great.
I apologize. No messages. We'll be right back after this. The Word with Mike and Pete, GovsRadio.com. Go on our YouTube. Find us. Streaming live on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Radio. You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
Hey, moron, it's pronounced the Wort.
What the hell is a wort?
It's pronounced the Wort.
What is it? The wort? Yeah, okay, I'll do that again. This is The Wort on Govs Radio.
It is the Wort. Not wart, not fort, not short. The Wort.
I'm sorry, I just don't know what that means. When do you guys start drinking?
Who says we haven't been drinking?
Where's mine? If I say it correctly this time, can I have a drink?
We'll think about it.
You're listening to The Wort on Govs Radio.
And we're back. It's The Wort with Mike and Pete, govsradio.com. Check us out. We're still streaming on our YouTube page. It goes mute, just so you guys know, throughout the commercial breaks so we don't get spanked by YouTube and the copyright laws that exist in our country. We're back here with Larry and Sharon from Spider Bite. I'm starting to feel that 9%, by the way.
Yes.
I'm slightly starting to feel that. We had some great conversation while we were off air, and we're going to move quickly into the brown. I'm excited, beyond excited.
Browntown.
It's Browntown time. And Larry, have you had other browns from other breweries? If you have, can you tell me what your favorite brown would be?
I don't recall.
I
definitely had some. I don't.
Have you had the Against the
It's not
Grain?
a crazy popular style.
Against the Grain brown. That's a good one.
I've had the Smutty Nose.
Yes, the Smutty. Yeah, it's a classic one. And Brooklyn's
Right.
brown. That's been out and about and,
Right.
and very available for everybody. So tell us a little bit about this brown. Again, this is the Imperial Brown Ale.
Yeah,
I know we kind of went through it a little bit, but just now that we're having it in front of us and
Yeah,
introducing
so
it.
this is the basically the second version. We did a standard, ABV brown ale. That one was definitely a little more on that roasty coffee side. This one, because it's the higher ABV.
That's my happy
has a
place.
little
I'm just going to let you
sweetness.
know, first sip, happy place. Go ahead.
Yeah, but that's it.
Sorry, I threw you off track because I'm just reveling in my deliciousness.
Ooh.
Yeah.
really good.
Oh, there's definitely that. I'm going to say this. Well, it's the chocolatey, obviously, and I
Yeah.
associate a little bit of coffee to
Yeah,
it.
there's definitely some notes in that.
And so you've done variations. This is the Queen. There was something
There
before.
was so the original was Melba's toasted brown ale.
Toasted brown ale. Okay. And so what was the difference between that? That was a
I mean,
matter
basically just the ABV, but usually when
Oh.
you go a little higher ABV, you get a little more residual sweetness.
Gotcha. And do you have to mask that somehow? Do you want to? Do you any like
I mean,
thought
it's
process?
definitely you definitely want to balance sweetness.
I don't mean
alcohol,
mask. I meant
bitterness.
balance. Thank you very much. That's more the terminology I was looking for.
Yeah, and that's the key. Like as you go up in ABV, you definitely want to try and balance it.
Right. And keep it from being very boozy to being
Right.
either sweet or balancing out with some sour notes or
Right.
hop notes or anything of that nature. Oh, this is so good.
It's good.
Pete, have you had any browns recently?
No. Not no. It's not a style I gravitate towards.
No, I know,
So-
and that's why I love when they bring stuff that Pete doesn't drink because I can really get a good gauge on.
No,
what,
it's very good.
yeah, it has that
Malty.
right, and it's.
I do like malty.
I know you do. You're a big malt fan.
I am.
What is the malt that is being used here?
We use obviously a lot of two-row, but the biggest thing that I use for this is Crisp Brown. So Crisp is a brand, but I just like that brown malt.
And what are the most popular malts that are there? I mean, obviously two-row is
Right.
it's like the thing.
Two-row, especially today with all the new IPAs, wheat and Pilsner are huge. The lighter, all the new IPAs are on that lighter malt side.
Where are they coming from? Where are they originating from?
Anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah,
does it matter?
everybody-
Or are people
well-
specifically seeking out?
Yeah, there's different brands. They'll be from different parts of our country or other countries, and people have preference.
What's the most unique ingredient that you've kind of went out and grabbed and then brought back and used in one of the processes? Why are you laughing?
The
Like not-
the
Oh,
bagels.
the bagel. We did.
Okay.
There was a charity.
All right. Talk to me about this because I know Bridge and Tunnel does a bagel IPA.
Yeah, no,
That's one of the things
it was a local charity event,
Okay.
and they wanted to take bagels. One of the local bagel chains
Donated.
donated like tons of bagels, day-old
Okay.
bagels. And so a bunch of breweries got together, or they didn't get together, but they, got their portion of bagels
Okay,
and had to
yeah,
make
yeah.
it. So we actually did ours, though, as a collaboration with Barrage.
Oh, okay,
Oh,
good.
okay.
And so we did,
Cinnamon raisin.
it was cinnamon raisin bagel beer.
That sounds like something
And it
Steve
was
would
like
do.
ridiculous.
Yeah, it sure does. That sounds right up Steve's alley, doesn't it?
It was called, Raisin Sinners.
Ah, okay. That's not. Listen, you guys are one for the names. I can tell you that. I like Queen Melba. It's a good name. It feels like you want to kind of have a little bit of that. It seems royal. It does. It does seem royal. Let's see if I can. Oh boy, really?
Saved by the Bell.
Well, I wasn't gonna do that, but now we will. So the word with Mike and Pete. Who do we got?
O'Toole,
Yeah, what do you got, buddy?
could you ask Larry to make me a dark oats pretzel stout?
What?
What?
A dark pretzel stout.
A dark, pretzel stout. So what?
What,
So
like
let me ask.
salty sweet? Like what?
Ooh.
You know, like the oats pretzels, the really dark ones? Can you make a
Oh, the
stout like
Bavarian
that?
pretzels.
Like a bagel?
Okay. Like a pumpernickel pretzel?
Yeah, the dark.
Yes,
Yes. That's it. Give me the name.
He could do that.
that's it. Come on, Larry, come through for this. Let it go.
Well, let me ask you a question. Do you know anybody that's brewing with pretzels as opposed to bagels, considering it's the same kind of concept with the bread and the...
No.
No. So no one's doing it, Graz.
Come on, Larry, let's do it, baby.
All right, good
That's
job.
a hard,
Graz.
that's a hard pass.
that
Graz.
well. All
That's a
right,
hard
guys.
pass on the Bavarian pretzel brewed stout.
Next
Mind it
time.
for me, O'Toole.
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, I gotta go.
All right. Have fun in New York City, buddy. Where are you at right now? How far did you get?
And
All
he's
right.
gone.
And he's gone.
All right.
I thought it was someone a little different, but at least he's listening. He's a listener.
Yeah, we've done like a rye bread beer. Where,
Really?
Oh.
The rye will give it character, but rye bread's usually the caraway, so we put the caraway
That's
in
that's
to make
true.
it
Yeah,
taste more
got
like
that
rye
caraway
bread.
seed. Oh, right. And what kind of what do you balance that out with? Because that's kind of in a sense bitter, right? I mean, the caraway seeds are
No, not too much.
No.
Just enough we put in.
okay.
It's just it was a malty beer. We do one that's very bready. We call it Bready McBreadface, and it's just got a lot of that bread notes, crust, and the inside. of the
Are you
bread.
using like Wonder Bread? What do
Yeah.
you-
No bread goes in. It's 2 new malts that came out.
Ah.
That are just
Okay.
extra bready.
Really?
Bready McBread face.
It's low alcohol, so it's.
Oh, so
Very
but
It's
just
like
drinkable.
a sessionable English ale.
Yeah, very popular.
it sounds good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Just the name itself, we'd sit there. And
I'm sold on the name. Bready McBread face.
Pete and I would
That's-
just sit there and laugh the whole time and go, "Oh, we want some Brady McBreadface, please." We're gonna have to order it in its full entirety name. That sounds awesome. So I have another beer that we're gonna. Did we finish that? Is that done?
No, there's some.
Oh boy,
Finish
no, I
it,
don't
Will?
want to. Well, unless
You
Pete
could
wants some.
finish it.
Go for it.
I have
Sure
another
thing.
one.
I mean,
I love Browns, so
do it.
just so we can start on the next one. I brought something in for us, and what I like to do from time to time is bring in some out-of-state beer that you guys can try, and we want to hear your opinions on how your process goes through in the tasting. And you said you've judged before. You want to give us a little background on that?
I've judged before. No, well, we were.
Well, how did you get picked for that? Like, how does one
so-
get to be a judge for?
Well, it was. I was part of a pretty large homebrew club in Atlanta, and
was there a name to it? Is there something we can follow
it was
online?
Ale Atlanta.
Ale Atlanta.
No, that was.
We'll look it
that
up
was
and
the
find
homebrew
it.
club.
No, that
Oh,
was it. I don't know.
Brewmasters of Alpharetta. That was.
Wow.
But Ale Atlanta was.
That sounds
like
more
the-
royal.
Ale
Yeah.
Atlanta was
Was
just like we traded
a
beers.
drinking club.
A drinking club.
Okay.
Everybody would drink bring. Well, everybody would
Right,
drink,
yeah,
but everybody
between
would
that
bring
and-
different beers, and we
and
would
then
go
online
around.
rating sites.
Oh, okay.
He was
and
big
then
on rate
so
beer.
from the club we started, BJCP class, and then
But you actually
judging
took,
the competition.
you took the test.
So I was going to say, did
Oh,
they
you
pick you
started
because
taking
of
the classes.
qualifications, or they pick you because it was a random
Originally,
part
it was
of
just you start out stewarding, so there'll be certified judges, and you just help bring the beer, and then after a while you start judging.
the? Oh, okay, all right. So it's just a matter of time and thoughts into what
Yeah.
they're going to pick you as. That's pretty sweet. I would wow, I would love to judge some beer and drink 6,000 different styles. How do those guys get picked for those, like the Great American Beer Festival and Extreme Beer Fest? How do they pick those people? Do you know?
I think you
friend
get
of ours
referred.
judges,
Yeah,
actually.
a few of my friends judge it.
Really?
I think you get referred.
Do you have to apply? You have to go online and fill out an online survey.
Maybe.
Yeah. So, do you like beer? Check yes, yes, and I would love to judge. So, what I wanted to bring to our attention and what I wanted to share with you guys, and I've had it already, so I want to share with you. This is PM Dawn from Trillium, and how often do you guys get to taste beers from out of state? Do you guys have?
A lot.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
really?
like, a lot of times customers will bring
Yeah,
us
people
beers.
bring us.
Really? Well,
Sure
have you
is.
had this one yet? PM Dawn from Trillium.
No.
Okay.
I don't
so
think so.
here,
You might have had that one?
Can't
maybe,
remember.
maybe not.
I get
I
around.
don't know. I didn't have that one.
I'm gonna finish off my
Don't think
brown
I
because
had
I
that one.
love a brown, and Pete's gonna head and drink all of this. And
You had that one?
this is
Yeah,
a
it's your glass.
yeah, no, I'll fill it up for you.
I'm gonna
American
find
Stout with cold brew coffee, and I've had
That's interesting.
a couple of different variations of Trillium's beer. Let that head full up. Look at that. Almost looks like a nitro a little
good
bit. Look at it go. Yeah, bartending for 20 years, I can kind of pour a beer. Just Pete.
Yeah.
Yep, you got to try this. Since it came from quite a distance, and we have a beer mule that helped us out with this.
It is dark and inky.
This is from Mike C., one of our callers, our correspondents from the Wort. Mike, if you're listening still to this point, it's 516-465-3990. Give us a call. Tell us a little bit about the PM Dawn from Trillium, Canton's own lovely, lovely deliciousness. Trillium. And how would you rate something of this nature? Pete, I know you're not a
I
stout.
hate coffee.
You hate coffee and you hate stouts.
I don't hate stouts.
You don't hate stouts,
But
but you hate
so many
coffee.
stouts these days are flavored with coffee, so that's tough for me.
Well, I think it lends itself to it. And chocolate and coffee are the notes that you want to
chocolate I
do.
could deal with. Obviously, I mean, who
Yeah,
doesn't love
give
chocolate?
it a shot. See what you think, Pete. I've had it. I like it. It's fairly drinkable. It's coming in at a, I don't know. I got to look it up. 9%. There you go.
Not my deal.
No? Not your thing? Well, finish that and don't be a little...
Well, obviously.
Nah. Well, you already had the dew, so now you got to finish it off with this. I'm still going to be drinking the brown because I love the brown.
It's not bad,
Yeah.
but
Give it a few. Give it a few tastes
You
and
want to see the
sips.
label?
Oh, yeah. Give it good. So what do you guys think? Larry, let me get your input as a judger of
it's
beers.
an expert.
Yeah.
Well, disclaimer: I hate coffee beers.
Oh, really? Oh, you could have started with that.
I
as
love
a-
coffee, and I'm really picky, and
Okay.
I find
He's like a huge
most
coffee
coffee
drinker.
Oh,
beers,
really?
the
Okay.
coffee smells old. So
Ah.
I hate drinking coffee.
So what kind of coffee do you prefer? Starbucks or Dunkin'?
Probably none of
Definitely
those. If he's
not.
a huge.
Neither
Definitely
one,
not
huh?
Dunkin'.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I like some of the Starbucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
So if you had you're out and
He
about.
drinks his coffee black.
Have you ever tried Giorgio's in
Oh.
Farmingdale? They supposedly
No,
have
I've heard
fantastic
that
coffee, but
they're good. I
Do you
haven't had-
seek out like coffee shops as
Yes.
opposed to like
I used
delis
to.
or
Used
that
to.
kind
My
of crap?
kids take all my money now.
Yeah.
There's no more fancy
No,
dancy
but if we were in
coffee.
the city, he would find a coffee shop.
Really?
Sure.
Okay.
Yes,
Do
if
you
we
like
went into
cold
this-
brew? Do you like you said, black, just
Yeah,
straight up
anything.
coffee black? That's an acquired taste, and I like.
It's the only way I've ever drank it.
Really?
Not me.
Is
I
that
never
how
got
you,
into it.
Yeah.
I
Can't drink
didn't even
coffee.
drink coffee till college.
See, I don't like coffee in general. I like it as a flavoring in my beer, but I don't drink a lot of coffee. I really don't. I prefer a Red Bull, or I'll drink some sort of energy drink that'll get
I'm
me
just
that
high
same-
on life.
Yeah, all right, Pete. Yeah, so besides, let's get past the honest opinion. As a beer brewed with coffee, what do you think of? Give me the rundown. I as a judge, how would you sit there and rate that? And you've seen, they have their checklist and all that stuff. So how would you go about rating that? And don't feel bad. I don't give a shit. I don't own Trillium.
I mean, checklist wise, the appearance is great. It's dark, nice head. Smells like coffee, tastes like coffee.
It's a coffee
I
stout.
get actually like green pepper almost.
Really?
on it.
Hmm.
But
That's interesting.
it's got a nice mouth.
Does anybody do that? I'm not saying they actually would brew with green pepper, but
People
does it?
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've done it.
Really?
Really?
Yeah, we were
interesting
making like
additive.
a spicy pepper, like a spicy beer, but I didn't want it real spicy, but I wanted a lot of pepper. So we used a bunch of different peppers, including green peppers.
Like peppercorns or like
No,
bell peppers?
bell pepper.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
Wow,
different.
that
is an interesting
Now,
additive.
how
I
would
would
now
never-
what beer would this go into? Describe
I
what.
forget the name of the. I don't remember the name.
That's
What
fine.
was the
But
style?
you know,
well, yeah,
it
what
was
was this-
just it was just like a golden ale, nothing crazy.
Really?
With a lot of pepper flavor and then a little spice. And then what we did was we took a growl. It was for a beer festival charity thing.
Okay.
And when we took a growler of it, and I took a ghost pepper with like the awesome boot pepper, and we sliced it up, dipped it in for 5 seconds, and we called that Big Boot or Big Butt.
All right.
And then we had a picture of the spider with flames coming out of its ass.
Way to use current marketing and have that go right through the festival. And what does the pepper do to that golden ale? That's what's interesting to me. I'm
I mean, you definitely get notes.
Yeah.
It was Bell, it was Poblanos, and then just a little bit of like heat chilies.
and does
So that way you taste and smell pepper,
Huh.
but not too much spice.
wow. I've never heard of anybody brewing with pepper.
Someone I talked to at work did a wheat beer with habaneros.
Yes,
which
I've had the
sounded
spicy like ghost pepper on your
odd.
tongue, like ooh, that's a hot bit, but never like just want to introduce a
haven't heard it
subtle
yet.
little touch to it.
Green bell pepper. That's
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That sounds great. Now let me ask you a question: where would you learn to do something like that? Is it experimentation?
Yeah,
Is it
it's
something
just-
that people are doing and you're just kind of catching on, or
oh
what?
god,
I
that's
mean,
harsh.
He doesn't experiment. He just
Yeah.
does it.
I think about what I
Really?
want, what I'm looking for, and just
So I have to
He
j-
never
grab it
does a
and go.
trial batch.
really
Just
nothing,
makes it.
just
Nope,
straight up. This
straight
is it.
does-
Boom.
Takes
it.
my chance.
Is there any batches that have failed? Have you ever been like, this should have never been brewed?
So-
Right now we have one on tap.
Oh, really?
No, it's gone.
Oh boy.
No,
Oh, it's
so
gone a kick.
I'm
He's,
anti-New
he's
England.
drinking it behind the scenes just to get rid of
IPA.
Billy.
Oh
Gunn.
really?
Yeah.
That's like the.
No,
What is
he's-
it?
He's
I'm
That's the thing.
anti-New England IPA.
Okay.
Very-
And so I brewed one, and I was mad that I brewed it, and
I don't. He didn't think
so
it
I
was
wouldn't
good.
release it.
Was it good? Did you get like
So
good
he
feedback?
held it, and I
I
kept.
brewed it in April, and I wouldn't release it.
And he
just
wouldn't let me
because
try it, and then
I don't know. I'm
finally
just
last
anti-New
weekend.
England.
I like them, so feel free to judge. That's fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's already gone. It went so fast. It was ridiculously good, and
Yeah, so
Those are-
finally,
that's
4th of
like the
July, I
style
wanted to
now.
throw it out because I needed space, and she's like, "Let me taste it," and then we ended up tapping it, and
it's gone now.
So it was hazy.
oh, it's super.
It was a
easy.
juice bomb.
He called
So
it
stupid.
Hopacana. He called
Oh,
it.
really?
Hopacana.
It was
good name.
ridiculous.
So stupid.
He just.
It was so good. He really was
You
gonna
see,
throw it
you
out.
seem so ashamed of that
was
whole
gonna dump
entire
it.
thing. You're like, no, I did it. It was great. It was wonderful. Everyone loved it, but I hated it.
He hates it. He won't do it.
How about what is the most successful thing that you think you've brewed? In your opinion, even based upon, forget about what the tasting room did and forget about the popularity that ran out of there. In your opinion, what's the best thing you've done?
I mean, probably Boris.
Yeah.
I mean, it wins the most
Belgian
awards for
quad's
us.
pretty good too.
But like fan favorites are raspberry, which is it's high alcohol, 9.5% raspberry.
And what's the style?
It's a strong American golden with raspberries.
All right.
And then and our pumpkin, I also hate.
You hate it, but
Can't
it's
stand the style.
I'm not a big
ex-
pumpkin fan
He-
either. That's
it's
one of
an
those things
Imperial
I
pumpkin. It's,
don't look forward to in the fall.
Yeah.
It's really, really
We
good.
won't release it till October 1st.
good for you.
Good
And
for you.
then-
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
not
like
August
post Labor
15th.
Day.
No.
Like
And then when it's gone, it's
August
gone.
15th, when all of a sudden people are like, oh, school is starting. Let's release pumpkin. No. I'm glad. Thank you very much for doing your due diligence in the Long Island brewery community to not release it in August. Daddy,
yeah, I don't like seeing like fall beers like September 2nd.
No. It'll
That's-
just watch.
No, I know.
August 15th.
That's when it
as
happens.
a
I'm just
bartender,
saying I hate it.
as a bartender, I see it go up on the tap at August 15th and go, what the fuck are we doing already? And people, it's still before Labor Day,
Right.
rimming cinnamon sugar
There's
glasses.
no rimming in the brewery.
No rim jobs available
Just
out
in
there.
our
Okay, gotcha.
Stop it.
That's for the best.
Not in our brewery.
No.
No sugar on the
Yeah,
rim.
we were at a bar that had 20-something pumpkins, and I couldn't get an Oktoberfest.
I just want to straight up,
Marzin's one of my favorite
Yeah.
styles.
We did one last year.
Those
With
are good.
Barrage.
Yeah. We do
Oh,
a
you
lot
did
of
a collaboration?
collaborations.
Yeah.
We do a lager every year. So
Okay.
we're
Oh.
going to be doing a Doppelbock this year.
Ooh.
And then we might ice it, some of it for an ice
Wait,
box.
he just brewed this morning.
You did? You
A
brewed stuff?
collaboration.
Oh, and that was Great South Bay and Destination Unknown. We did Raspberry Berliner Weiss.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
Oh.
interesting.
That was this morning.
We have to get those. We're in the midst of talks to get both of those guys in here. We're kind of working out dates and scheduling and
Right.
stuff like that. So, yeah, we gotta have
Finally,
them
I
in.
finally hit up that we go on Saturday.
I know. I
Yeah.
saw your post. Yeah,
Yeah, it
very
was
good.
good.
Right. I was there very early on when they were much smaller, and the brown that they had was delicious. I love their brown. It's and this is, by the way, very very good. I wish there was more in that can.
I have a can. You can take it home.
No, I'm gonna put it up here for pictures
I have
later. 'cause-
another one in there for you.
Nice.
There you go.
Yes, browns in the summer. I do love them. So we have a lot of. Do we have any more beer to drink?
Yeah,
Is
we
there-
have,
one
we have
more.
Boris.
Oh
Flagship.
shit!
Yes.
All right, I'm sorry. I was heading towards wrapping it up because it's already past our 2 hours. Not wrapping up fastly. I'm just saying, just wrapping up in general. Thinking about it. Again, this is the Wort with Mike and Pete. This is govsradio.com. Visit us on our YouTube page. As it gets later in the show, you'll see me.
Cleanse my palate with the spider vice.
Yeah. That was too harsh for you, huh? Is there any more of the PM Dawn? I'll take a little sip of that before
Oh, God,
I
get
move
it away
on
from
to
me.
This might be big for
the Boris. Yes, well, I'm going to. You want to cleanse it, palate cleanser? You got to go with the PM Dawn before you get into.
Nope.
Boris.
Before you get into the Boris, because the Boris is going
Boris
to
is, yeah.
hit you like a sack of wet mice.
Is it coffee flavored?
No.
Great.
Ah,
I
right.
mean,
It's roasty, though. It is roasty.
Roasty, I like.
Roasty's fine.
No, there's no coffee in it.
Yeah, that's great.
No. People ask that, though.
This
but
is
there's
literally brewed with coffee. Like literally,
no coffee
coffee
here.
beans are here.
I don't like coffee, and it's in fucking. I feel like it's in every stout and porter.
No, this is.
Thank you.
I'm just finally sipping the PM Dawn just to revisit
That
where I
smells
was.
fucking roasty as hell.
It's very rough. That's why I said I'm not sure. But
No, he'll and if
roasty.
it's
There's no coffee in it.
so you palate cleanse with the
Yeah,
Miami
that's-
Vice,
Yeah, that's a lot better.
Spider Vice rather,
The
and
head
then
is dark
10%.
too. Good, my goodness, it smells great.
sorry, let me finish up with my
Yeah, no,
coffee.
please do.
Well, it doesn't have any caffeine in it, so it's not really wake me up.
No, it's just awful.
And then I'll get into the Boris. So I'm excited about this because Boris has been around for how long since you started the brewery?
Yeah.
And
second beer, I think.
I think
It's
I've
definitely
had
known
it.
for Boris.
Yeah, I've had it once.
Yeah, it's something
a while
Add
ago.
more if you want.
drink. Yeah, you know what? Yes.
As Pete didn't really drink too
Yeah,
much of the
it
PM.
was our winter beer, but we brew it all year now.
Well, if it gained the popularity like it did, it's something that
Something sit by the fire, have a nice snifter of
Ooh,
this.
fire pit in the
right?
summer.
We have a lot of people that drink it.
Yeah,
In
I
the
would
summer.
imagine. And again, the artwork looks even more
It smells really
There's a
good.
story behind that.
okay.
That actually was hand drawn
Really?
by someone
A
who worked at
barista.
Starbucks.
A barista from Starbucks.
Yeah,
Really?
he was on break, and he was drawing Wonder Woman,
Okay.
and I was like, wow, that's pretty good. And I asked
Have
him
you ever
if he
drawn a
want-
beer label?
Yeah, I was like, you want to do a beer label? He's like, yeah.
Did he draw it on the Starbucks can as the woman
Yes.
that? Yeah,
No.
I've seen those. It's one of
No,
those
I
things on YouTube, like people watch and you
Right.
see it and like.
No, it's like a real painting.
Yeah, we have the original.
have it framed,
of the
yeah.
bird.
Oh, that's cool.
So then you ask that same artist to draw this out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you want to give a plug to the artist? Is there?
He moved away. He won't hear. His
You
name's
never know.
Stan.
Just by the way, we've
Stan
reached
the barista.
Stan the barista. We've reached in the last few actually days. We've reached Canada. We've reached New Zealand. We are being
New
played
Zealand.
in South America and Africa. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, it's a very small percentage, maybe a couple of plays here and there, but our reach is getting global
New
now.
Zealand.
Yes, New Zealand. Yeah. Well, just imagine if we're on promotion and we're Instagramming and putting out all the
Sure.
information. It's a worldwide network. And if we're hashtagging certain things, for instance,
Hashtag New Zealand.
hashtag New Zealand or hashtag Galaxy or anything like that came from that, people that are in New Zealand that know about the hop flavor and they follow the hashtag, they can see the things and they'll pick it up and they'll look at us and take a quick glance and get, I forget what they're called, impressions on the Instagram page. And, analytics will show who's looking at our page and who's clicking into our show. So we are actually, at this point, I'm going to be honest, a global show. Tonight we are broadcasting around the world on GubsRadio.com. On our YouTube page, type in The Wort, spelled Wort, pronounced Wort, and go ahead and play back our iTunes, our Laughable, and our Hopped Up Network replays tonight. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there now that we're talking about it.
Plug.
So are your daughters watching in still on the...
I think so.
They're still coming in and
Well,
saying
girls.
They might have given up.
I'm probably bored by now.
I think we've had enough. We're not entertaining enough. I apologize.
I know I'm not.
Well, for 16 to 18-year-olds or 16 to 21, they want boom, 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 boom.
Yes.
They're the Instagram, Snapchat
Snapchat.
generation.
The one who watched the longest, that she does data analytics and
Nice. All right.
Yeah.
What's her? Is she majoring in
Yeah.
something like business?
computer information
Business,
systems.
yeah.
analytics.
Maybe eventually, if we get big enough, we can hire her to be part of our. That would be good.
Dare to dream.
I know. I know. Right now, we're staying stable on about 350 followers, and anywhere between 50 to 80 people listening in each night, which is not bad. We're doing pretty good. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
I'm amazed anyone want to listen to me talk for more than 5 minutes.
I don't.
I mean, I don't.
I don't want to listen to myself, but I trying to just keep the show moving. So, Pete, any questions about Boris that we can ask so you can get your airtime?
Oh, God.
And you're more
Now
than
I'm on the
five
fucking
minutes in talking?
Now I'm on the spot. What kind of malt? What kind of hops? Start there,
The
I guess.
hops, we just use high alpha. It's just 60-minute. Usually, it's going to be Magnum, Millennium, anything high alpha that we have.
By the way,
around.
your beer is a lot colder than my beer. It's so good. Let me see what this is.
And
10%.
10.
and you were asking about the
Kind of
name.
hidden in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hidden
But,
indeed.
Yeah, Boris the Spider's a song from The Who, and that's my favorite band.
Okay.
And it worked out. Spider Bite, Russian Imperial Stout.
So
or
it says
sounds Russian.
it was brewed in can
Sure
up in
does.
Ipswich, so this was brewed up there.
Yeah.
Boris and
And
Natasha.
so do you do spot checking and quality control and things
Yeah,
like
we
that?
were just up there not too long ago, and actually they had just finished 3 of our beers, and my buddy has a plane, and we flew up, grabbed like 5
four-seater.
cases.
Look at you guys.
I know.
Hoity-toity. Private chartering
Yeah.
up to Ipswich.
Hashtag 1%.
Not my percent. But we flew back. People were waiting at the door for us to get back. It was
Really?
brand new releases. We had like a Black Double IPA with us in tow, 11%.
How many do you put it on the plane to come
Yeah, it was
back?
just a couple of
it was like
cases.
5 or 7 cases.
That was
It goes
Okay.
by weight.
Yeah, but still, I mean, you gotta kind of don't you have
They
to like
did. They
check
had
that
to
in?
balance the plane.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's
Right?
not light stuff when you throw in 5 to 7 cases. That's
Well, we only took 3 of us. So.
all right.
it was
Well,
okay.
So the beer had
On a
a
single
throw
engine
one
side-
person
side-
out
side-
and bring-
side-
You're right.
Yep.
how much do you weigh? 200 pounds? All right, like 200 pounds more on the beer in the plane. That's fine.
I think that's what you did,
We
actually.
did.
I would have done the same. That's why it's went through my head. I'm like, how much does that person weigh and that person weigh? You're out. You're driving home. All right, let's get them on the train and get them home. I want that much more beer on the plane. So you quality control. You bring back. You take one or two off.
They do a
and-
great job.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
they're
I
like
guess there's a lot of
ridiculous.
trust there in a sense
Yeah.
that
They do a
you
great
know
job.
they can.
Every
And so, do
batch.
you send them the ingredients, or then
We
you
send
drop
the
ship them to them?
ingredients. Yep. The ingredients, the cans,
The kegs,
real
everything.
specific recipe, every little
That's
detail.
a lot of trust. I feel, and honestly, I can't trust a lot of people. I really can't. So to put that much trust in my business and my, I guess, life.
Well, that's why we ended up there. We were somewhere else in New York, and we had to send one batch back, and then we didn't trust them.
Yeah, that was the end of that.
Yeah,
one little slip up, and
It was almost like starting over because we had to find a new place, and then he had to change the labeling a little bit.
We
like
had no
the-
package.
Tell me about that
bottles
process.
for,
So we lost
like,
shelf
6
space.
months.
Do you go interview people? Do you go to their facility? Like,
Yeah,
how did you go about
find
picking
them?
that place?
Well, I knew some of the beers they were already doing.
On a contract basis, or
On a
they're-
contract
okay.
basis.
Okay.
And and they were good beers, so I
So
felt like
who else
Did you
is?
reach
They're obviously
out?
doing a good job.
Did you reach
their
out to them?
biggest account is Clown Shoes.
Oh wow. Okay.
That is the funniest fucking name for.
fucking
actually,
clown
no.
shoes.
Fucking clown shoes.
Yeah.
But there's Ass Clown
Ass
Brewing.
Clown, that's down
Yes.
south somewhere.
Yes, North Carolina, I want to say.
North
that-
Kakalaka.
When I saw it come up on the Instagram feed, it's like Ass Clown Brewing. Just started from like, who the fuck names their brewery?
Ass clown. Michael Bolton is an ass clown. Have we learned from the that movie with nobody knows the
Oh,
movie with-
Office Space.
Office Space. Thank
Office
you. I
Space.
was waiting for you to chime in at one point. You know the movies I referenced.
PC Load Letter. The fuck does
We
that
watched
mean?
a movie there
Exactly.
last night that was so funny.
Oh, what a great movie.
Blockers.
Blockers.
Oh, Block. You
Oh
watched
my
Block?
god.
Oh, was that?
You know, the
was that
original
any good?
name was Cock Block.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
It
I
was
didn't
just a
wanna say
rooster.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, one of the funniest.
It was a
movies
good
I've
one.
ever
It was good?
seen.
Yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
And
that's
then
one
he
of
made
those.
me watch Beer Fest.
Oh. Well,
I love
that.
Broken
you know
Lizard.
from the open that we're using Super Troopers 2.
Did not.
clip.
Did you see that in theaters?
I watched. I fell asleep.
So did I. Yeah, I went to the movie theater. I fell asleep the last like 15, 20 minutes.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
No.
I think we had the show the day before. So,
Oh, that would have been a good reason.
but
I think it was
I'm-
only out for a week.
it really wasn't. I mean, I had high expectations because the first one is, I mean,
classic. It's a
cult
cult
classic.
classic.
Absolutely. One of their better movies though that actually never even got released in theaters. Slam and Salmon,
Yeah.
direct to DVD release. Fucking hilarious. Michael Clark Duncan.
Club
Before he
Dread
died.
was another one that was
Club Dread was very good.
wasn't bad. But we all know Super Troopers and we all know Beer
Beer
Fest,
Fest.
of course. Beer Fest is the one that most brewers know about because
Sure.
obviously it's like the top 5 beer movies of all time. If you want to say Strange Brew, or you want to go with, I guess, Old School. If you want, the more popular mainstream movie. That's a good question. What's your favorite beer movie?
Probably Beer Fest.
Beer Fest. Yeah, it's got to be. It's one
We
of those
just
ones.
brewed a beer after. Well, tell them about the puppet.
Ooh.
So we did. So
Was it in New England IPA?
I'm ashamed of it,
I
but
had.
He did an IPA.
I did an IPA
Okay.
that used the lupulin powder.
okay.
So we
The
call
hot thing of the
Right.
year.
So they use nitrogen, liquid nitrogen, to break it apart to get the lupulin gland. So the beer name was N triple bond N. It was just 3 lines. And if you knew,
Okay.
you said nitrogen. If you didn't, you called it
And
a
then-
million different things. And so I made another version of it, and this time we used Galaxy hops. So I looked up periodic table Galaxy GA. There was an element
Yes.
GA, so it was like galenium nitride GAN. So I was like, oh, it's gonna be
Galena.
GAN.
Galena is
Yeah,
the.
something. Like
And so that was just by the way, just from sound. Galena was used in the telephone, and it was used to pick up. It was used in something called a coherer. Coherer was used to pick up wireless radio signals in the air. And so we had something called a coherer where there were 2
You were on
electrodes.
a fucking crazy tangent right now.
Because it's GA. Hold on. So the galena was used when there's 2 electrodes pointing at each other. There was little metal filings. And when there was a wireless signal in the air, the metal filings would cohere to the 2 electrodes, and then they would let go. So one of the elements that was used as a metal filing was galena. Galena was one of those elements in the periodic table that was used for that. So go ahead, continue. Sorry.
so
Sorry, as an audio production,
Nope.
old school radio history guy, I got a little talk about galena, and everyone when
And everyone just stopped listening.
it's fine when everyone uses their crystal radio set from the Boy Scouts, they're using galena. Go fuck your mother. God. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Oh, so the beer was going to be called GAN.
Yes.
But GAN reminded me of Gam Gam.
Oh, Gam Gam.
Gam Gam.
Oh, the
Oh,
whore,
yeah.
the whore
So
from
the beer-
Bolivia.
right, so the beer ended
We are
up
all
being named Gam
whores.
Gam. And then I made another version after that. It was called The Mark.
The Mark.
For the Mark of the Whore.
Oh, okay.
And so now I just brewed a new IPA on Wednesday, and that's Popo, the little.
Oh,
Look at you.
Yes.
Popo.
Which is why I watched
And the little
Beer
puppet.
Fest yesterday. Yes.
Okay, so now you had to watch
I had to
Beer
watch
Fest
the movie
just to get all the
to
references.
understand
Yes.
everything,
Oh,
It was
what a
either that or
classic.
Landfill too.
He's like landfill.
And he called me once a week, so you didn't even have to catch me up on all the inside jokes.
We have too many Beer Fest references. We've watched it way too many times. I think that's part of our problem. But going back to Super Troopers 2, it wasn't only in the movie theaters for only a few weeks.
It
And
just came out on DVD. Or,
did you get to? Well,
or like digital, whatever. Yeah.
bootleg.
No,
That's
it's
where I
you
watched
can,
it.
It's you can download it now. No, now legally.
Right, iTunes or
Yes.
whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. At least people can go out there and find Super Troopers 2 because it looked great from the promos, but from someone who liked Super Troopers 1
I loved it.
and to Super
Quote
Troopers
the,
2.
like the whole fucking movie.
Yeah, and it's just one of those, like you said, cult classics. The schnozberries taste like
The
schnozberries.
schnozberries,
Yeah, and we
yeah.
get it. All right. And the end of the movie, we all want to be the guy that the Super Troopers show up at and throw darts at. And
I like the when they pull over the kids and they come back for the second time. He's got like a fucking flashlight, but it's like noon.
for no reason, they bring out the flashlight. Like, excuse me.
No one owns the water. It's God's water.
Oh, Christ. Anyway, how did we get there? How did we get to Super Troopers? That's
Sure.
fine. No worries.
All right.
We got there because of Boris. And Boris is delicious, by the way. And it's... this is the 10% version?
10.
Fuck. I'm going to need to walk it off a little bit. I have a lot of walking off to do.
I like it better than the Trillium by,
Yes.
like a lot.
And listen, as much as PM Dawn does it for me and Trillium in general does it for me, this is less coffee, more...
Just
malt,
roasty, malty,
yeah.
chocolate kind of notes. I
That's
don't know. That's what I
delicious.
get.
So let's talk about a little of the brewery again. Where you're headed. Give us some plugs. Give us some information. Give us the whole wrap
You're
up.
putting him on the spot.
Wrap us up, Larry. Come on, baby.
Well, right now we're at 920 Lincoln Avenue,
Yes.
Unit 5.
Holbrook.
Unit 5. Is that
Yeah.
in
It's
a
industrial. Park.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
all
it's,
right.
it's industrial shop.
Warehouse sort of.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've
And,
seen this. I've seen the new sign, and I haven't been able to pull in because you guys were closed when I was around there. That's not your fault. That's my fault for being out of your hourly tasting room hours. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, we're open Wednesday nights,
Nice.
Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, Wednesday through Sunday. Hours vary, but usually it's around the 10 o'clock hour, 9 o'clock hour
Yeah.
closing. Okay.
Saturdays 12 to 8.
Okay.
Could be 9-ish.
This Friday night, we're actually having a live musician, Amanda Lee Piers.
Okay, that's something I want to get into. So
Oh,
live.
and she was
live
on The
music?
Voice, actually.
Oh.
Oh, cool.
She'll be
How far did you
Made
make
it
it?
on Gwen Stefani's team, right?
Okay, nice.
one round.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
have food trucks that stop by?
We do.
Okay.
We were supposed to have one this week. Not sure if they come in. They had a little
We have
fire.
a New Eurekan thing. They come a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
they're really
A
good.
New Eurekan thing.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Right, is that
Yeah,
it?
they-
Yeah, I've seen
They're
them
really
around.
good. And
But-
Chitty's cheesesteak.
Chitty
they come a
cheesesteak.
lot.
Yep.
But yeah, so
And
she'll be
then,
here Friday night, 7 to 9, and then on the 28th, Graz. Different
Which is
Graz.
funny.
Graz? Graz is going to be there?
Yeah.
Dick, call in. No, I'm
he's
just kidding.
really,
Don't call in.
really
I'm not
Oh
going
my
to
God,
answer.
he's awesome.
He's
this
good.
guy.
He'll be there the 28th.
What kind
Saturday
of music?
night.
What kind of music they play?
He has his own, and then he plays.
He does covers too, but he's
yeah,
Nice.
a lot of
Right.
just
classic rock kind of.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
classic
and
rock.
he loops and he keeps adding
Any
new
heavy
pieces
metal?
every time.
Nice.
No.
And,
More,
damn it.
he's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, Pete's only Pete. If you say Metallica or
No.
Megadeth or
Yeah,
Iron
no.
Maiden,
No, not
then-
heavy
yep,
metal.
yep.
It's my jam.
But
Van
we
Morrison
may have some.
and like
Okay.
Croce and
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
Tom
Listenable.
Petty.
Tom Petty.
okay, yeah.
like he's really good.
Cool. And so the music continues throughout the summer months. You guys
Yeah.
have
Yeah, we put
calendar?
Just
it
here and
online
there, or
and
is it on
stuff.
like a schedule, or is it?
It was every other week, but then when the holidays stuff got messed up. But I know on the 28th when he comes, we will have a food truck. That's a
Okay.
Saturday.
Nice.
This Friday night, just music. Bring your own food.
So do you want to plug website, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook? What are you guys following everyone?
We do all of it. The website
We do it all.
spiderbitebeer.com.
Okay.
Our daughter Rachel actually made the website.
Really?
Yay, go Rachel.
Nice.
Shout out.
There you go.
And
She did a great
Is she?
job.
That was a computer.
Yeah,
The
Okay.
computer one, yeah.
Nice.
only cost me $300.
Boom. Keep it in the family.
But yeah, we're on Instagram, spider_bite_beer. And Twitter's, I think, just spiderbitebeer.
Nice. Great. And we will go out with talking about go out there and go to Spider Bites tasting room 90 Lincoln Avenue?
920.
920 Lincoln Avenue, Unit 5.
Yeah.
That's right.
Remember the Unit 5.
That's right there.
Go out and visit them
Between,
in the
yeah, between Vets and Sunrise.
Yes, absolutely. And the hub of Holbrook has a lot of places to go. So if you're going to look for a good day drinking area, Holbrook is the
three
way
of
to
us.
go. Yeah, there's three of you.
Yeah.
You could jump between all three and make a day of it. We
It's
are
like 10 minutes from Patchogue, too. So.
yeah, we're definitely trying to
Grab
get
some
out
beers,
there.
then go for dinner. And
Yep.
Absolutely, that's the thought
yeah.
process. And Pete and I are going to try to get out there and try to visit everybody. And like I said,
I haven't day drank in a while.
That's
and
the best kind
I
of
love
drink.
It
I
really
love
is.
day drinking.
Sun on
because
your face.
yeah,
Yeah.
He loves that.
Can you see us? We're a little worn down. I know you guys have went through the
Other
process
than
of
like
having
right
young
after
kids
lawn
and-
mowing,
right?
that's when I can like
Start drinking
without getting the side eye from the wife or the kids. Like that's when I can.
because you
drink during the
accomplished
day.
a
Yeah,
chore
right.
and a
Yeah,
goal.
exactly.
And it's almost like you've checked off a mark on a chart. Like here's a chart for Pete.
It's one of the
If
reasons
he
I
did
love
this,
mowing
this,
the lawn.
and this, he gets to have a beer. It's like a reward for Pete.
Yeah,
A star in the beer.
Yes, you get a star and
gold
a beer.
star beer.
Nice, good for you.
Nice saison after mowing the lawn. Sold.
I'd take
have
the
a
Boris.
Saison
The
app.
Boris would get you.
I saw it on the website. Yeah.
The Boris will get you napping quick, like 3 or 4 o'clock. You get a nice little nap in.
God,
you
if
can-
only.
I would love.
My kids would be like pulling my eyelids open.
No, they do. They do. And I ignore them. I try to just put myself under enough that them jumping on me or cuddling with me, I'm not going to wake up and ruin my hour and a half nap that I get. Not each and every
I don't
day.
get a nap.
Maybe once in a week. But anyway,
It's more than me.
I like naps.
and let me ask you, this is a parent question. So as they get older, does it get easier or is it bigger kids, bigger
Different.
problems?
Just
Different problems.
Less physical, more mental.
See, I had the mental capability.
Scary.
The problem is I don't have the physical capability much anymore. I'm getting older and I'm just getting physically tired. But mentally,
tiring.
I can
Yeah, you
go
think
back
you
and
have the
forth.
mental until you get
I
tired.
don't know. I know I don't.
You know you're going to be removing door hinges from rooms.
No, the best
The
part
pro-
is then they become 21 and they're like adults and
That's scary.
yeah.
That's so
and they're-
scary.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But it's cool. At least
Yeah,
you can
it's awesome.
converse with them at an adult level,
Yeah.
right? I mean, even 18. I can
Yeah,
converse with the
18
kids
too.
in the class at an
And
adult
16,
level.
but yeah.
Still, you
Once
guys
they
are
drive.
you guys are almost in that point where you're
Don't.
beyond beyond the
Beyond,
baby care, child care, and into the just dealing with being parents of adults. It's great.
That part's
Grandkids anytime soon?
nice.
No.
No.
You're gonna be a grandfather and grandmother soon enough. You never know.
No.
All right, fair enough. All right, so this is the Wort with Mike and Pete. We'll leave on that. We appreciate Larry and Shannon for coming in from Spider Bite.
Well, thank you.
You know, I'm thinking back now, and literally, I'm just getting flashbacks. I don't think I ever introduced you. Like I said, Larry, but I don't think
Everybody
I ever
knows
said.
me anyway.
I think we moved. So
They know
anyway,
I
this
go
is his
with
wife
him.
Sharon, who's going to be at the brewery all the time when she's not doing sonograms and things of that nature. And Larry's not going to be cracking backs; he's going to be cracking beers, and you can check him out at the brewery from Wednesday to Sunday at what's the address, Pete?
920 Lincoln Avenue.
920
Unit
Lincoln
5.
Avenue. Thanks a lot for everyone for coming out, listening to our babbling bullshit. This is the Wort with Mike and Pete on GubsRadio.com. We thank Graz for coming through and then calling in. Mike Alvarado, who's going to be at the Gov's, Laugh Off, Long Island Laugh Off, here on July 26th. By the way, I think it's the same night as our next show.
Nope.
All right, so then we're going to have a different show, a different night. And we will be back in 2 weeks. Guest TBD. We're going to take some pictures. We're going to post some stuff on our website. Again, check us out on Instagram. It's the Wort spelled Wort, a podcast. And it's on YouTube, streaming live throughout the country and the world, apparently, from New Zealand to Canada, from South America to Africa. And, of course, your listeners out there. Our sponsor tonight is Copaig's Fine Fare. We did not announce the giveaway. Are you ready for the giveaway information?
Do the giveaway.
Okay, here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, we will post this on our Instagram. The giveaway is as follows, and I'll give you the step-by-step details. Here it is. If you go to Copaig's Fine Fare, grab yourself your favorite craft beer, whether it be from Long Island or from Brooklyn or Queens. You are to go to Copaig's Fine Fare. You're going to take a selfie with your favorite craft beer. You're then going to post it on your Instagram page. You're going to use the hashtag WortFineFair18. That's hashtag WortFineFair18. You're going to tag 5 of your friends. So it's hashtag WortFineFair18. Tag 5 of your friends, take a selfie at Copaig's Fine Fare, and you are entered to win any number of the giveaways. We have 2 giveaways. We're going to pick 2 winners. One is a sour, one is an IPA. And we have 4 beers that we're going to take pictures of. We're going to post on our Instagram. Copaig's Fine Fare will post on their Instagram. And we're going to promote it throughout the entire month of July. We will pick 2 winners at the end of the month of July. July 31st, is it 31 days in July?
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Great. So on July 31st, or let's take that back one step, August 1st, we will pick 2 winners to come down to the Wort and pick up their gift. Again, take a selfie at Copaig's Fine Fare, tag 5 of your friends, and use the hashtag WortFineFair18.
There are 31 days in July.
Thank you.
Confirmed.
Thank you for I was going through it in my head just for a moment. 31 days. I
don't know that stupid rhyme.
I don't remember it very much. I just completely said it wrong. 30 days, half September, April,
Sure.
June,
I
and
don't-
November.
yes.
All the rest have 31 except for February. Then it depends on leap years and all that other bullshit. So anyway, again, guys, thank you very much for coming down.
Thank you.
We thank your daughters for tuning in and probably adding to our viewership and completely changing our demographic because they're probably registered as female and more than likely they have changed from 25%
like
female
6%.
to now probably 30 to 35% female listenership. We definitely thank you guys for coming in and supplying us with some of the most delicious beer we've had in a while. This is... I'm going to have to
I like the
walk it off.
Boris and I like the Brown a lot.
You like the Boris
and the Dew. The Dew is really
The
good.
Dew was
Do the
actually,
Dew.
actually very, very good. I'm a Brown fan, so got to go with the Brown. And
good.
the Boris, high octane, ready to go. Putting a smile on my face, and I'm actually kind of concerned that I can't have bacon. They closed the shop next door, and I can't get the bacon I need to get home. Yes, bacon fuels my life. I apologize for leaving
Is
that
it
out there
cooked?
for just a moment. What?
It's cooked.
It was cooked, yes. Yeah, it's cooked bacon. Not just eating raw bacon.
Raw bacon?
Well, that wouldn't be so bad for you, but
Well,
that's
except for
fair.
the trichinosis.
That's fine. I'll deal with that in order to get the flavor that I need. Anyway, this is the
All right.
Wort with Mike and Pete.
Thanks for tuning in.
GovsRadio.com. Yes,
See you in
thanks
2
a lot
weeks.
for coming. 2 weeks. Thanks a lot. Anything else to say, Pete?
No.
Okay. Larry, Shannon,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you very much for coming in. All right, we'll see you guys next week or 2 weeks. God damn it. Goodbye.
Lives that you'll never get back.
Are you kidding me? Please hang up and try again.
This has been the Wort on Govs Radio. I hope you're drunk enough.